Hi guys and welcome back. Today we are talking about The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown, and it's his newest Robert Langdon novel, and I have just finished it. And since I only recently wrapped up the last few Langdon books, yeah, which was very tough to do. Those stories are still fresh in my mind. So yeah, this one hit me a bit differently, and I've got a lot of thoughts, both good and not so good. Yeah, so let's jump in, and don't worry, this is a spoiler-free review. Okay, so let's talk about the Langdon formula, which you all know. Uh, you exactly know what you are getting with a Robert Langdon novel. Uh, an entertainment thriller for sure that you don't have to think too hard about. Short stories, cliffhangers, history blended with, mystery, and that's the formula, and it's alive and well here. And honestly, that's the part of fun of the stories. Even at nearly, 700 pages of this book, it's kind of that book which you can, fly through. So yeah, that's remain the same here. Okay, so let's talk about the shift in the series. This is where things get tricky for me. The series really started shifting with the origin for me. The earlier books like Angels and Demons and the Vinci Code was so rooted in history, and like they were heavy on art, symbology, religion, you can say, and ancient mysteries. But now, with both Origin and The Secret of Secrets, they lean a lot more into technology and modern science. So Dan Brown is clearly trying to keep his writing relevant for these days, and he's weaving in mentions of AI, even Chat GPT, and digging into new scientific research. And while I get that, and it does make me wonder why is Robert Langdon even the right character for these kinds of stories anymore? I mean, he's a symbologist after all. When the mystery is built around neuroscience or futuristic tech, he sometimes feel like an odd fit at the center of it all. The story. Okay, so that being said, there were definitely parts I enjoyed thoroughly in this book. The storyline about the subconscious mind and the big question of what happens to human consciousness after the death was quite fascinating, and those ideas they really grabbed me. I found myself thinking about them even after I had closed the book. So yeah, and it's not that all tech, thankfully, not fully focused on that. We do get some classic Langdon moments, a few puzzles he has to solve, plus some absolutely beautiful setting, especially in Prague. So Brown's descriptions of historical landmarks are still one of the best part of his writing, no doubt about that. So yeah, and I just say one more thing. I love the little running themes of caddy or taxi drivers somehow being the ones to call Langdon in. Yeah, so it's happened to enough times now that it almost feels like an inside joke. And honestly, I hope he keeps that up in his future books as well. Okay, so now let's talk about what didn't work for me in this book. Uh, Number one that pops up in my mind is definitely the pacing. It definitely, slowed down in places, and there were, stretches where I was just wishing the CIA would finally, catch up to them already. For a book that's this long, those slower bits, really stood out to me. We also get a bit of romance between Robert and Catherine, and thankfully it's light because smut just wouldn't fit this series at all in my opinion. Still, I did enjoy their little banters, and it gave a nice human touch to the story. uh, the bigger issue for me though is the balance. These books are becoming so science heavy that they're losing the historical spark that made the series especially in the first place. And that shift isn't necessarily bad, but it does mean we have strayed really far from the vibe of Angel and Demons and Da Vinci Code. And personally, I find the miss of that old formula of his. So yeah. Okay, so where does that leave me for this book? Honestly, I have to say that this was a good, entertaining read. But let's just say not a great one, like a 5 star for me. It's fun, it's fast, it's the kind of book you can just breeze through. but it's also a little too long, a little too, bogged down in tech and, science. And sometimes I questioned why, Langdon was even the lead in this particular story. I ended up giving it 3 stars out of 5. It's still a, good time. And if you are a Dan Brown fan, you will enjoy it. But it doesn't, recapture the moment of those earlier Langdon adventures that you might have read before. So yeah, that was my review of The Secret of Secrets. I would love to know what you think. Do you like the new direction that the story is taking, or do you miss the historical, puzzle heavy roots? Drop your thoughts in the comment below, and if you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and ring the bell for more bookish reviews. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.